Hey, good morning. Monday morning tea time with Mick. I hope your week's off to a great start. I'm back in my prayer chapel here on a cold, snowy, that's right, Monday morning here in West Michigan. But I hope your week's off to a great start. I'd like to encourage you with a verse that you are well aware of. Have you ever found that it's sometimes hard to focus? Sometimes to keep going towards the direction that you desire? Hebrews 12:2 says, fix your eyes on Jesus. I know that we know that verse, but often we think of it when we're in the middle of a crisis and when things are tough. We will fix our eyes on Jesus. But I think it's a whole lot more than just that. I think fixing our eyes on Jesus is a day-to-day and sometimes moment-by-moment command that helps us. If we don't fix our eyes on Jesus, things can go really south. Let me illustrate it this way. Last evening I was driving back from the state of Indiana, taking my mother back, and it was snowing, it was cold, could be a little bit icy, and I had both hands on the wheel of the car, and I was fixed on the cars around me, and I paid close attention to that first drive in the winter. You know what that's like. And I remember back in the day, when we were living in Central Asia, long before the city, Baku, was actually developed by oil money, the streets and the sidewalks weren't, let's just say they were in need of repair. And often, as you were walking, I remember how many times I would stumble and I would trip because I didn't fix my eyes on what was ahead of me, thinking everything was smooth. In reality, they were the opposite. And in our own lives, sometimes we can think things are going okay, things are going okay, that we're not in a struggle, and then that's when we find ourselves in trouble. It's a spiritual discipline that we have to choose every morning. Fixing your eyes on Jesus is making that choice every morning to fix your eyes on Jesus and to commit to follow him. To pray a simple prayer that his Spirit would guide you, would lead you, that he would use your words, that he would have your thoughts, that he would have your hands and your feet, and that you could actually be a blessing to those around you. That he would, as you fix your eyes, he would give you the strength to handle that, the challenge you're having to face that week, the conversation that is needed, the decision that you've avoided. All of those things are typical of life, and fixing your eyes on Jesus enables us to navigate those situations day by day. And in even the great and the big situations of our life, he also helps us. If you've ever run a race or got engaged with sort of a sport, you know that you have to stay very, very attuned and you have to stay focused. In a race, you don't look to the right or the left, but you look straight ahead. Without that, you are doomed. And I would say the same is for us on our spiritual journey. Fixing our eyes on Jesus is a decision that all of us can and must do. It's not there just for reading's purpose. It's there to change us and equip us to handle day in and day out. This week, let's make that choice. What do you say? Let's fix our eyes on him and allow him to lead us. Let's follow the leader and enable him to give us all we need. Because he loves you. He always has and he always will. He goes before you and behind you. Absolutely nothing can take you out of his hands. I do pray that you have a blessed week. And to this truth I say, all right and amen.